A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A gain of 26.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Yellow, green, strike, smash, red. Shoot, yellow. Hut.
Here's Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
Black shut 6. Mega. Go pink. White. White. Ready. Ready.
Young now from the 50. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 3rd and 8.
Red. Yellow. Set. Ready. Sticky. Green. Go red. Set.
Now Young. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
The Steelers take over first.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Buffalo defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
Now Jackson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down of the process. Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The Steelers at 9-2 to start play. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what?
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Josh Jacobs with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Fulk connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-7. set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Savon Rebel.
But they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. When you look at this defense, they're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground. There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Jackson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
You and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down. Almost back to the drawing board.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
And Jackson throwing once more. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Kevontae Turpin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Folk. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 21-0 our score after 1. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Yellow, blue. Blue, 32. Green jack, Edo blue. Hut.
Young now. Young is intercepted for the third time this game. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Here's Jackson to throw. Over the middle, he's got Thornton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Throwing is Jackson. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. K.J. Osborne from 8 yards out. And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Here we go. Here we go. Black, 95. Set.
Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. That's going to be caught. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Come on, smash, red. 33, yellow. Ready.
Now Young. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Yellow, red, yep, blue, striker, 6, mega. Set.
Young to throw on 4th. Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. Picked off by Quay Walker. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup?